Well, most parts of central Delhi have remained out of bounds for Delhi residents over the last 2 days after the police closed down all roads leading to India Gate, the epicentre of the protests over the weekend, which saw violence and now the death of a policeman. But this area also houses many government and private offices, and those bearing the brunt of this clampdown are asking if this was the only way the situation could be dealt with.
The government is scared of its own city. It was fairly difficult because the normal route you might take to reach this place is all blocked. So it is actually a complete hit and miss chance that we actually are not that great with routes and roads, but I managed it.
So I stay at Bhagwandas Road. The moment they hear that they have to go to CP, and they run away. So virtually for the past 2 days, I've been walking down to my place.
Anger among residents of Delhi over the virtual lockdown of central Delhi due to the barricades set up by the Delhi police in the aftermath of the violent protests at India Gate and Raisina Hill. What has added to the inconvenience is the shutting down of 9 metro stations in the area for the second day. The police, however, had their own explanation for closing off the heart of the city.
This morning again, various political parties and various organizations had given a call for a protest. It is on account of those calls about which we had information from various intelligence agencies that we had to, stop traffic there.
Today was a national holiday because of Christmas, and that's why we did not see the kind of chaos on the roads leading up to central Delhi like we did on Monday. But Wednesday is a working day, and those who have to come into this area behind me are already bracing themselves for a tough day ahead.
The most telling image of the clampdown on Monday was what our NDTV reporter chanced upon, a 5-year-old patient desperately needing to reach a hospital for an emergency checkup. The ambulance carrying him was not allowed to go through India Gate despite pleas from the driver.
स्पेशल कोई इस तरह की जा रहा हो वीआईपी आदमी तो रास्ते खुल जाते हैं और पेशेंट के लिए कोई रास्ता नहीं खुल पाता उनका.
But the clampdown has had the desired effect on the scale of protest for justice for the 23-year-old girl battling for her life in a Delhi hospital. A national holiday could not ensure a big crowd at Jantar Mantar as the number of those protesting dwindled to a few hundred.
That shows the insecurity of the government. That shows how insensitive they are towards the people of India. So I want them to cross the barriers, come over here, don't do violence, peacefully. Take other ways down, take autos, walk down the streets, but come over here and protest.
We are standing very close to India Gate right now, and we find that while some of the roads in the area have been opened for traffic, you still don't have any access to either India Gate or North Block and South Block. The Commissioner of Police has promised that by tomorrow even these barricades like the ones behind me will go away. But the question everyone is asking is whether this was the only way for the government to deal with the situation at hand. In New Delhi, Alok Pandey, NDTV.